This week I'll talk about going local, social bottom line, personalization, and COVID response 2.0. And this is Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discussed with my clients this week. First, go local. Shopping local is bigger than ever. Seeing $100 spent at a local business sees a $68 local economic return compared to $43 when you shop at a chain and absolutely nothing when you order from Amazon. Besides, people want to support local businesses in the midst of an economic crisis and make sure that their favorite restaurant, coffee shop, boutique, whatever, makes it. That's, of course, bad news for the national chains who are now resorting to catfishing local shoppers on delivery apps. Almost nobody, in their right mind anyways, would get takeout from Chuck E. Cheese's. However, if you see Pasquale's Pizza, you might give it a try, especially in a bigger city where you might not check the location. You might have guessed it, that's actually Chuck E. Cheese. Just like neighborhood wings sounds a whole lot better than Applebee's. Marketing at the end of the day is about perception. Matter of fact, you might actually enjoy that pizza a little bit more thinking about your buddy Pasquale than you might if you were thinking about a grimy arcade. If you are a local business, a real one that is, now is the time to emphasize that. Tell people you're locally owned, involved in the community, and care about your customers. People say we're all this together, and when it comes down to local business, that is 100% true. Next, social bottom line. Sometimes it's hard to measure where exactly a customer actually comes from. If they call, did they call because they saw you on Facebook last week, or because you're on TV all the time, or because they Googled it? The answer is probably maybe all three, which is why we take an omni-channel approach to marketing, but I digress. While attribution is hard to nail down for each customer in the macro, we have a few stats that help us decide. We know that social often has a lower cost per lead compared to many other marketing channels. Matter of fact, more than half of companies that use Facebook and LinkedIn have acquired customers that very way, and companies that use Twitter get on average twice as many leads as those that do not. We here still buy plenty of traditional ads for our customers on a regular basis, going back to that omni-channel approach, but when it comes down to getting cheap eyeballs, social is just usually hard to beat. Next up, personalization. I got an email the other day that started with, "Hey, first name," which of course is funny at first, but personalization works. Well, when it actually works. 78% of marketers would say personalization has a strong to extremely strong impact on building customer relations. Email, of course, is the easiest to personalize, followed by websites. And the easiest way to do it is to include a name, seeing that your name is the most impactful word in the English language, or in any language for that matter. Think about it. When somebody uses your name, it makes you feel special. It makes your day, actually. If they remember a detail or two about us, we feel like we're the most important person on the planet at that moment. That's one of the reasons customer relation management is so important, or alternatively, taking good notes. If you're collecting email addresses or have a web chat, always collect the name along with the email address, and your conversion rates will get so much better. This, by the way, even works if you're leaving a voicemail. Try starting with their name, and they are much more likely to actually call you back. One more, COVID response 2.0. As businesses are opening back up, now is the time for, no, not some half-witted email contemplating whether the virus is real. However, if you have some relevant procedure to post to your website or that your clients need to know about, it makes sense to make it public. This isn't some huge marketing ploy to get people to choose you over someone else. It's just smart business to let customers know, or potential customers for that matter, what to expect. For example, let them know to call and postpone an appointment if they are feeling sick, that you have masks available if they need one, that your employees are monitored before they go out for a house call, and to let you know if a customer gets sick within 2 weeks of an appointment, to please notify your staff. Even just that you're firmly in the 21st century and can do Zoom meetings. If you think about it, if I'm calling an AC guy to come to my house, I might prefer someone that's actually thought about how much trust that takes these days. I might prefer an accountant that tells me that they are spacing appointments out a little bit further than normal and sanitize the waiting room in between. Again, not a huge announcement because that's not what it's about. The stuff that you personally think will make a difference, not some canned response of we always clean and now we double clean, because that doesn't really work. But if you do it right, it could very well make a difference. Anyways, that's it for this week's Trends on Thursdays. Of course, I'll be back next week. Until then, I'm Tobias Wilhelm.